Hi, my loves. Welcome to the TRIBEvibe guided meditation. Guided meditation. You know, we do a little remix today. But anyway, happy Thursday. We are here to finish our week on all things Black Amethyst. So I am glad that you're back to join us so you can learn some more about it. In the meantime, I want you to do as we always do and get your social media on for me. So if you could take your finger and click the like button, click the share, go subscribe, repost it if you feel the need. I want you to tag your accountability partner because you know that's what I ask you to do every week so that we can make sure that everybody who needs to be on here is on here and so that you have a support system when we talk about some of those things when we get in depth. We are not going to be, well, we are a little bit, you know, it's some cultural stuff that we'll be talking about today. We're not going to unpack like we normally unpack stuff. But it will be some, you know, interesting things because you get to look into my crystal ball and understand what Black Amethyst is here to provide for the future, immediate and a little long term. I ain't going to give you too much of the long term goals because it's a really big thing. And y'all know I like to talk about it and be about it. So I don't want to get to telling y'all some stuff and you be like, that ain't happened yet because some of these goals are way down the road. But let me go ahead and share everything. Excuse me for the clicking in your ear. Let me not use that so it's not clicking on you. All right, so my loves, we're going to start off today with telling you guys a little bit about the mission statement of Black Amethyst, just so you can be on the same page that I am with what we're talking about. All right, this is pinching me, and I don't know why. It's rude. I wear these all the time. They don't pinch me today. They are not cooperating. But anyway, so just going to read it off to you so that you guys can, you know, you can see it if you go on blackamethystnaturals.com and look at our story. You can see a lot about what we talked about yesterday, what we talked about on Tuesday, and you can see some other things that, you know, Black Amethyst stands for. So if your curiosity strikes you, go check the website out. If your curiosity doesn't strike you, go check the website out anyway. What you're going to do is you're going to go check the website out, okay? All right, and I can tell if you follow the instructions because my website tells me how many views and visits I've had for the day. It tells me where people come from as well. So, you know, do what I see. Okay, all right. Okay, so the mission statement basically is to create a safe space where we focus on community, education, and support by providing products and services that assist with one's ability to build and implement a strong foundation of self-care and wellness. And so, you know, that's nothing too crazy. You know, every time I get on here and tell you guys a definition, and that's basically what the definition of Black Amethyst Naturals as a business is. But you know, when I get on here and tell you a definition, it isn't anything too crazy and like, you know, just so like in outer space that you can't understand what it is. And that's exactly how our mission statement is. We really just want to make sure we focus on our 3 pillars of community, education, and support. And then we want to make sure that we use those things when we're trying to develop our products and services. So we keep the focus on the community, education, support while we're developing the products and services. And then while we're doing all that, we want to make sure that we're helping you all to secure and maintain your foundation of self-care and wellness. In addition to that, we, like I said yesterday, we want to move, and I think I said this on Tuesday too, we really want to move the culture forward and leave a legacy of positivity. So that's really the gist. That's like the nuts and bolts. That's at the core of what Black Amethyst is as a business. And that's what we want to provide. So like I said yesterday, we do a whole lot of different things now, and we'll continue to do even more different things. And so I want you guys to continue to stay with us on the journey. And, you know, be surprised when we pop out with something new and be excited about it because I'm always excited to bring new stuff. And just like I said, if you're going to be okay with Amazon doing everything under the sun, be okay with Black Amethyst doing everything under the sun, okay? You know, I don't need to recreate the wheel. If somebody already doing it, I'm going to do it too. So we're not going to do the same thing as Amazon because they go a little left sometimes. We're going to try to stay right. But anyway, so that's the mission of Black Amethyst. We have a focus on like sustainability. We're working towards that. It actually is more challenging than I thought it was going to be because sustainable, the word and what the implications of that, it's not really kind of what it seems at surface value. Some things really just aren't sustainable just by nature. And so that is one of our big long-term goals, is to work towards being very sustainable. Well, I guess I should say as sustainable as possible. One of our big goals, we haven't quite figured it out for every single product top to bottom, but even for instance, our merchandise and things of that nature, everything is print on demand. So we don't print up a bunch of stuff and, waste a bunch of ink and waste a bunch of cotton and textiles on the off chance that somebody doesn't want it, or we have a print mistake, or like an order that has a print mistake, and then we have to scrap like the entire run of something. So that's part of it. Even the printing techniques that they use with our drop shipping company, they use the least amount of water that they can and the least amount of like waste and toxic. A lot of our products are actually recycled materials, and so we're trying to do that. So we're working towards it. I wish we could get away from plastic, but y'all know how hard it is to get away from plastic if you've ever tried to do that. It's really not that simple. So but we're gonna work on it. So keep your eyeballs open and your antennas up, because at some point in the future you'll see some changes and you'll say they moving into more sustainable, and that's what we're trying to do. Additionally, we're trying to be socially minded. So we really focus on trying to support local and small businesses as much as we can. Sometimes I'll even pay more money just to, get things from a local supplier so that we can support that, because that's really the ecosystem that, runs a thriving country, is to be able to support the small businesses and middle class and people that are creating jobs and, people that are paying their fair share of taxes into the infrastructure so that we can keep this cycle going. So we continue to try to do that. And additionally, we haven't actually had an opportunity to, and I personally, if you are on my personal page, especially on Facebook, you know this for facts, because all day, every day, I'm commenting and reposting and sharing social commentary. So it's a very big part of my personal life. So like I said yesterday when we were talking about our crown crane collection, and at some point wanting to work with like a natural preserve to be able to protect that species, we're going to continue to move into projects like that in the future. I'm only one person, so I do as much as I can when I can do it. So y'all got to give me a little grace until I get the team together so that we can, iron out these things and knock them out, line them up and knock them down. I am not capable of doing all of those things at one time, so I move at the pace I can. But that is definitely a direction that we're going in. The more people I get on the team, the more people I had to row that boat, and the stronger faster we'll get there, So that's another thing that Black Amethyst is doing and is at the core of our business. And another one is, I have on here vegan and cruelty-free, because that's the word that people understand. Y'all know I typically use plant-based, and that's really more of the normer for us, is more plant-based, because we're very much focused on, what we talked about, farm to table, like, using the things as they come to us, and less processing, less transformation through different stages, so less freezing and canning and heating up, cooling down, all that stuff. I would really prefer for people, not to do all of them changes to the food and to the products that they're going to be using. So we try to be a little bit more like Whole Foods plant-based kind of than just kind of what a traditional like vegan lifestyle is, because you could be a vegan and eat an Oreo, and that ain't really what we subscribe to over here. But I do use that wording on here just because it's easy for people to understand, and cruelty-free, almost by definition, because like I said, everything we have is plant-based and natural and organic, and like I said, we're using the lavender flowers off the lavender, so ain't nobody over there rubbing, I'm about to say this, and y'all forgive me if it makes you cringe, but nobody's rubbing a lavender flower in a bunny's eye to see what the reaction is. Well, they not doing it. So by definition, just the nature of our products and the way that we formulate them and the attention that we pay to the ingredients, they just by nature end up being plant-based, vegan, and cruelty-free. So that's also a bonus, and we like to put that on there to support. And additionally, we support the bees. So it's another reason why, and I probably should, after I'm talking to you, I probably should change the word vegan to plant-based, and I'm actually going to do that after we get off of here, because the next sentence says we support the bees. So I, as much as possible, try to support local beeswax. So we use beeswax in a lot of our products, and additionally we use honey in some of the products, and honey is not vegan. If you don't know that, anything that an animal or a living creature makes, aka a bee, makes the honey, that's technically not vegan. But we use local honey as well, so we try to support the bees because bees are very important to the world's ecosystem. If you've ever seen Bee's Life, the movie, my daughter loves that movie. So I probably could just literally sit here and role play the whole movie with somebody, because I think at this point I may know all the words. But I liked that movie before, and that's probably why she watches it, because I liked that movie before, and so that was probably one I used to click on because I could tolerate it. But the whole premise of the movie is about the importance of the bees to the habitat and, you know, to everything, because they're pollinators. They're one of the, you know, main sources of pollination, and pollination drives the rest of the ecosystem. So, you know, if there's no pollinators, there's no fruit trees, and how many things eat fruit, including us, you know, so it's a big deal. So we also are very, you know, about supporting the bees. So if you ever look at our packaging, we have a lot of little different tiles, like a little grid worth of tiles, and we got a nice one, and it's so cute. The little bee is blue. Anyway, y'all don't mind me. But you know, and then some of the other things we have, some of our other stuff has to do with like honey and bees and stuff. I actually thought about naming the company something to do with honey, and then I was like, people gonna be confused. They're gonna be confused because we ain't selling no honey, and if I put honey in the title, y'all already confused enough with Black Amethyst trying to say it and spell it. So imagine had I put honey in the title and y'all have been like, where the honey at? And then I had to explain that every time. So anyway, those are pretty much like the core, you know, pillars and our mission statement and the things that we like to support and focus on when we're making decisions and when we're trying to pick which projects we're going to use to move into the future. So that's that in a nutshell. I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about some of our future projects that we've got coming up. So I hinted at this on Thursday, and I was like, y'all gonna have to wait because I didn't want to talk about it then and not have anything to talk about today. Anyway, so I am currently trying to get a hold of a friend of mine, and they busy, so I get it. So I'm waiting patiently until they're getting married. I'm waiting patiently until they get finished getting married, and then I'm gonna be like, where my stuff at? But I got just bombing. You'll see me if you're on my personal Facebook page as well. You'll see me share his videos often, planning with Perry. I am trying to nail him down. So here's the guilt trip. I'm putting it out there in the atmosphere. Here's the guilt trip. I need him to come on with these videos for me to share because I really, really, really want, and I think it's very near and dear to him as well, to be able to like get us back into farming and growing. Like when the Rona happened, and y'all, I don't know if anybody had trouble finding food. I was cooking, right? So if you guys remember, I was telling you the other day about kind of the journey through the different projects we've hosted as Black Amethyst. And one of the things I was doing was wholesaling plant-based food. And I kid y'all not, when the Rona first happened and everybody went and bought all the toilet paper, again, I'm going to tell you, remind you, and tell you to be mad at those people still if you're not. You know, we spend a lot of time on here talking about how to be happy and live your best life. You allowed to still be mad at them people that bought all the toilet paper, okay? I'm not as mad, but I'm still upset, okay? Because it was ridiculous and out of control. But them same people was in the store in line, and it was literally like I went to like 4 stores one day trying to find, like, I literally only wanted one thing. I think I needed mushrooms that day. I could not get to the mushrooms, or the mushrooms wasn't there, or the line was like 50,000 people long. And I'm like, well, if we in a pandemic, like, what I'm not about to do is stand in the line and have y'all breathing on me because I don't know what's going on. So anyway, it was reason number 85 that I ended up being like, I'm not doing food no more because all of that was like just too much. But during that, if you didn't realize like how things can go a little left, you know, and not so much so that you like in a panic, but I think that would make you really have a good understanding of like, I should be able to make my own food. Like, I got dirt outside, I got water, I got the sun, right? Like, these things are pretty readily available resources to most of us, right? And I could get some seeds, because wasn't nobody buying a lot of seeds. You could have got some seeds if you didn't have any, or you could have like had a piece of fruit and took the seed out of there if it was in there and went and planted it. But you have to know how to grow it. And it's not as simple as just putting it in the dirt unless you really like got a green thumb and you could just, you know, do that. But I mean, even something just to give you a personal account of something I went through. So when I was trying to get my own little raised bed garden, I tried too many things at one time. That was really my downfall. I had string beans, green beans, another type of string beans. It was like purple. So I had like wax beans and green beans. I had cilantro. I had green and red peppers. I had squash and zucchini. I'm missing something. And spinach. And cabbage. I tried to grow all at the same time. It was too much. So, for instance, peppers have to be hot. Like, you're supposed to grow them when the soil is warm. They naturally grow in warm climates. So if it ain't warm, like if you don't propagate them in warm soil, they're not gonna grow. They're just not going to. So it took me a minute to figure out how come they wouldn't grow. And then when I realized that I got something to grow, but by then it was too late into the season. So by the time they were ready to start like flowering, it had gotten cold, and so then they ended up dying. But I mean, you know, something like that, it's like you would never know. You could never, well, you could Google or YouTube it, but I mean, there's just some kind of nuancey things that a person who knows how to do and can tell you how to do and walk you step by step through it, they gonna prevent you from, you know, running into those pitfalls. And then additionally, how lovely is it to be able to see people that are like us, you know, do the things that we want to do. That's why we always talk about representation matters, and that's why we are big advocates for getting people that look like us, talk like us, and act like us on platforms so that we can see us, because it's an inspiration. So, Planting with Perry, I'm coming for your videos after y'all get done with the wedding. So anyway, I'm done. Don't nobody add him. If he see it, he see it. Don't be adding. So anyway, if you see me share those on my Facebook page, definitely take a chance or take a moment and actually look at the videos, because he has some really good content. He shares a lot of interesting things. He does like a rainwater collection, and then I think he had a system that was kind of self-watering, and he talks about like different critters and creatures to look out for, because when you're growing your food, you know you're growing food, so something wants to come eat it. So he talks about different things to look out for like that. So it's just interesting, but that is definitely one of the big things. And I was attempting to do it myself, but like I told y'all the story of the peppers, they wasn't the only thing that went wrong. I was able to harvest some stuff. I didn't even post a picture of it because my little harvest that I had was so pitiful that I was like, I ain't showing nobody that I done grabbed these seven string beans off this. I'm not even gonna show nobody that. I'm not even gonna show them. But and then now I'm in a condo, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna get it together next year. Now I'm in a condo and don't have nowhere to plant. So them videos was in my spirit, but honey, it wasn't for me. So I'm gonna let somebody who's already doing it, who's great at doing it, show y'all how to do it. Okay, so that's one of the things that's coming down the pipeline. Additionally, I'm going to try to continue to reach out to people that have those great content videos, because I am not sitting on here should I akin it to the Wizard of Oz and being behind the curtain and y'all be like, this is not even what she out here making it seem like she the Wiz, and she just a little man behind the curtain turning it out. But I never ever claimed to be the master of everything. We do self-care wellness over here, like I said, that encompasses a whole lot of different things. If you missed last week, go back and listen to last week and like listen to the different things that encompass self-care and wellness. There is no way that I could be a master of all those things, and I would prefer to stay in my lane than be, you know, a jack of all trades and master of none. So I tried to find other content creators and other people who are very knowledgeable about what it is that they do, that are masters of what they do, to be able to have those resources for you guys. So, you know, sometimes it's like you fall down the rabbit hole when you really get to being like, let me go try to find this. And then you have to wonder, like, well, can I trust that person? Do they know what they're talking about? Like, are they going to be consistent? Are they just going to fall off? Like, you know. And so I'm taking the guesswork out of that by vetting some of the people that I bring on to make sure that they are people that are in alignment with what we're trying to do, and then have good content for y'all, good, true. And you know, if they ain't already doing it, I'm gonna challenge them to give y'all the extra knowledge, just like I do it, not just be surface about it. Like, you know, really get down in there and give you some good, thorough knowledge about it, so that you can start to become more of a master of it. And so I'm going to continue to find different things. I don't have an exact list of what we're looking for yet because I kind of let the spirit move me to the people that I need to find. But I'm going to continue to do that because at some point I would like to have like a resource hub for you all so that you can come and find different people that you're looking for through Black Amethyst Natural. So that's one of our big goals. It's going to continue to grow and morph. I never do anything and be like, oh, okay, it's done. That's never going to be a thing. So I'm going to continue to add providers and rework the list if need be, and continue to add different places to the list so that we can try to get everybody included in this thing, because we are a vast diaspora of people. We have a lot of interests and a lot of facets to us, and so I don't want to just be like, okay, only the people in Indianapolis can find out about this and only people interested in this. So I would like to try to make it as comprehensive as possible. So if the spirit ever moves you and you find somebody who you think seems like they're in alignment with what we already do, send them my way. Send me a DM, tag me in their stuff so I can see it. So because like I said, it's the tribe vibe, honey. We all here to work together, okay? Reach one, teach one. Sometimes y'all reach me and y'all teach me, okay? It ain't always gotta go this way. Sometimes it comes that way, okay? All right. And then that's pretty much all of the things I have on the docket currently. I'm working on some other interesting things, and I'll release those to you guys when they come. I was looking to get my Spotify podcasterness on today, and it was asking me a lot of stuff. There was a whole lot of words and reading, and my eyeballs and brain wasn't trying to do it today, so I didn't get it finished. But I did set up an account. I had an account together, and then after that, I thought it was just gonna let me click upload. It wanted me to do something else, and that was one too many things. But that's on my list to do as well, so that we can get the TRIBEvibe onto a new platform for all of those folks who like to listen to podcasts, who don't necessarily want to click the video on. So we're trying to do that as well, so we can reach as many people as possible. And then additionally, oh yeah, I jumped out of my head. Oh, skincare boxes. So I talked about this a little bit yesterday. So today, well, let me see. Yesterday, day before, I think it was Tuesday, I was like, I'm going to finish ironing out them skincare boxes so that I could tell y'all all the details top to bottom. Well, what had happened was not that. So anyway, I was like, you know what? I can share you guys the details of what I already do know, which is it'll be the skincare system that you already see. We're going to add 2 additional products, and we're going to give away some free goodies if you buy the box. So that will be launching here in the next week or so, and it'll be the entire skincare system, so you can get everything and try everything all at once. And like I ran you down the different products yesterday, and like I was telling you, everything in there is great. It's just kind of like you could find what your jam is and which one is your favorite, but you won't be disappointed by any of the products because I made sure that I included ingredients that work for every skin type, even sensitive skin. So I don't think you guys will be disappointed at all by getting all of the goodies, because who doesn't like to get goodies? It'll be like Christmas when you open the box. It's a beautiful box. It says Black Amethyst. I should have brought the box. I got the box in there. I should have brought it with me. Open the box and say Black Amethyst, some glitter and some butterflies and a unicorn to pop out of there. Anyway, so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be launching that next week, and it's actually going to be a pre-sale. So it won't be like, you can start purchasing them. But I want to wait until I get all of the purchases, so there will be like a time frame for you to order. I'm going to wait till I get all of them and ship them all out, because again, like I said, we want to be as sustainable as possible. So I generally try to make every order to order. And I'm not even going to say generally. I make every order to order. So when you order, I go in, I take your order, and I say, okay, 3 skincare systems, and I will go and literally make all of those. So it'll be easier for me if I can get all of them at one time, rather than everybody order and then it's a mess. And also it's gonna be a limited collection too, because sometimes you gotta get it when you can get it, honey. That ain't no other explanation for that. You just gotta get it when you can get it. And really the story is behind that. I have only a certain amount of boxes, so that's how many we gonna sell. After you miss the skincare system for the boxes, you can still get all of the skincare products. You just can't get them in a nice box and get your free thing with it. So I encourage you to get it then, and it's also be great for a gift. So none of the things are perishable like that. So if you want to buy a gift ahead of time for somebody's upcoming birthday, y'all, Christmas a long time from now, but if you want to buy something for somebody for Christmas, you just have to remember that you bought it. Because I don't know if y'all ever do that. I used to do that all the time. I would buy somebody something so far ahead, and then I would forget that I had bought it, and then their birthday be coming up and I go buy them something else and then remember. So I used to put all my future gifts in the same spot so I could remember to just go check the future spot first and see, make sure you hadn't already got something. Because I like to buy gifts for people when I see them and I know that they're going to like them. I don't like to be like, oh, their birthday coming up in 2 days, let me go just buy something. I buy it, you know, the gift got to speak to me and say, I deserve to go home with this person. And then I get it. Okay, so you see how that goes. That's just me though. That's me. But anyway, it's a perfect box. It's a perfect box for a Christmas gift or birthday gift if you want to do that too, for your favorite loved one, your accountability partner that you should be tagging that I didn't guilt trip you with today. So yes, those are some of the things that we got coming up in the future, immediate future, and a little bit further down the road. And I'll keep you guys abreast whenever we have new stuff, because it's always gonna be new stuff. And additionally, we are trying to work on some more razzmatazz with the TRIBEvibe, because I love getting on here live with you guys, but I done started. If y'all know me, y'all know I like to do a little extra. If you ever been on any of these videos, you know I like to be a little extra just for show. Just for show. Not dramatic like, you know, that it gets in anybody's way or my own way, but just for kicks and giggles. But I just started fooling around with the editing software, so I'm like, ooh, I could add this to the TRIBEvibe. I could add that. So we gonna see. That's coming up in the future too. I'm working on it, but I gotta work out all the nuts and bolts before we get there. But nothing else is gonna change right now. So you guys don't have to, you know, be looking out for nothing except for the skincare boxes. So the rest of the stuff I'll let you know before anything happens, so that you can be looking forward to it like I do. I don't want to be the only one excited and happy about these things. I want y'all to be excited and happy too. So alright y'all, that was it. That's the post today. If you haven't already clicked like and share, please do so. If you haven't tagged your accountability partner, you know I'm going to ask you every time to find your accountability partner and tag them so that we can make sure that they get on, so you can have your support system. Because I told y'all, community, education, support. So I need y'all to find your support system. So alright, y'all ready to get into the meditation? Alright, let me pull up on Andy. Did y'all see the picture of Andy? I tagged last week. Was it last week? I tagged it in a post. Was it last week, y'all? I think it was Tuesday. Honey, it's the week, and I've got a whole lot going on, chat, and everything has ran off on me. And so the day that I posted the picture of Andy has also runneth off on me. But I've tagged that picture of Andy. Andy's last name is Papalopoulos. Puddidicombe. I'm gonna go with Papalopoulos because I like it. That ain't what it says though. But I went and Googled Andy, and Andy looks like his voice. So now I got a picture to go with Andy while he's talking. When he tells us to focus on exercise, focus on Andy. But we're going to be listening to Netflix Headspace Guide to Meditation. We're going to be listening to the episode on limitless potential. So it's just kind of an open-ended meditation. None specific today. And additionally, I want to make sure that we do our housekeeping for meditation, and I'm going to say to you that I just need you to get in a comfortable space. Y'all know what we're going to say. Y'all probably can say it with me. We're going to get in a comfortable space. You can sit down and lie down. I just need your neck and your head straight. Your neck and your head. Your neck and your back. Yeah, I can't say it. Your neck and your back straight. And then you can't do meditation wrong. I know sometimes it's going to feel a little awkward, and that's okay. The more you stick with it, the more second nature it'll get for you. And additionally, there is like just, you're here. So there's nothing else that you can do, because that's the only thing that you needed to do. Everything else, water under the bridge, honey. If you got to sneeze, if your eyeball running, mine do sometimes. I don't know if y'all ever look up, and I be doing all of this because my eyes watering. It's okay if you got to get up and go pee, hurry up, because meditation ain't that long. But get up and go pee if you got to. If there's distractions in the room, we want to try to limit them. But if you can't, that's okay. My baby likes to scream sometimes randomly while we in the middle of doing this. And that's why I give y'all the disclaimer about the distractions, because I got a live one in the next room. So you just, if it distracts you, be distracted for a second and come back to the meditation. That's it. So, it's piece of cake, piece of pie around here. I don't try to give y'all nothing crazy. Okay. All right. It's the last day. Y'all know I get sillier as the week goes on. So anyway, y'all ready? We about to listen to Andy get it. Okay. Come on, Andy.
For the
What you funk self?
But it takes a little bit of practice. We're going to start with the eyes open. Just aware of the space around you. So not looking at one thing, but just a soft focus of everything around you. And just maintaining that soft focus. Taking a couple of big deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And each time as you breathe in, just noticing how the lungs fill with air each time, and breathing out, noticing how the muscles in the body soften as the body exhales. And just one more time, this next time as you breathe out, if you'd like to, just gently closing the eyes. And first thing, just take a moment, knowing you have nothing to do, nowhere to go for the next few minutes. Just enjoying that feeling of having stopped being still. Just starting to notice that feeling of weight, the body pressing down into the seat or the surface beneath you. Starting to notice the sounds around you, noticing any resistance to those sounds. And just reminding yourself to allow any sounds to come and go throughout the exercise. And as you bring the attention back to the body, just starting to get a sense of how the body feels today. So not thinking about it, but just noticing whether there's a sense of stillness in the body or a sense of agitation. Whether there's a sense of heaviness in the body or a sense of lightness. And in the same way, just starting to notice the breath, the movement of the breath, and how the breath feels today. Where in the body you feel that rising and falling sensation. And remember, as always, if you can't feel that rising and falling movement, just gently placing your hand on your stomach. And just staying with that movement. So just settling the body, settling the mind, allowing thoughts to come and go. And just staying with the breath, just for a few moments longer. So throughout this exercise, we're going to alternate. Every now and again we'll come back to the breath, but mostly we're just going to rest in awareness. Again, I'll guide you through as we go. So letting go of any focus on the breath now. Just allowing the mind to do whatever it wants to do. So if the mind wants to think, let it think. If the mind wants to be busy, let it be busy. Just allow the mind to be completely free. Remember, the only thing you need to remember is to realize when the mind has wandered. And in that moment, in realizing it, the mind is no longer wandering. And we're already back where we need to be. So just allowing the mind to do whatever it wants to do. So allowing thoughts to come and go, even if they're thoughts about the exercise, just allowing them to come and then go again. So we're aware of the activity of the mind without getting involved in the activity of the mind. And then just gently picking up that movement of the breath again. Just going to stay here for a few seconds. So just pausing, again becoming aware of that rising and falling movement. And then once again letting go of that. And for a few moments longer, just letting the mind be free again. Letting it do whatever it wants to do. So remember, in this exercise, truly nothing to do. No need to focus on anything. No need to think about anything. Just allowing everything to come and go. Seeing it clearly as it does. And then just gently bringing the attention back once again to the body. Coming back to that feeling of contact and of weight between the body and the seat or the surface beneath you. Starting maybe to become more aware of the sounds around you. And whenever you feel ready, you can just gently open the eyes again.
Hey, how does everybody feel? I forgot to ask you that earlier. How's your week been going? How's everybody feeling? I hope you're feeling good and nice and relaxed. And I told y'all I ain't got no words yet. Didn't feel tingly today. It was kind of gushy. That's the wrong word, y'all. I don't got it. It was like, I don't got it. I'm not about to try to describe to y'all what happens when I meditate because I don't never have a good word. Then something weird comes out and y'all probably like, what's she talking about? But anyway, I hope that the meditation is helpful as usual for you guys. So continue to come back if this is your first time. If you miss some episodes in between, that's okay. Don't feel no part too guilty about it. Just come on back when you can. And don't forget, even though we go live, we still have the playback, so you can always watch them later on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. So you can catch them whenever you're ready. If you know, if you're not able to do it at 7. So I want to keep you guys encouraged. We're coming back to listen to this good self-care and wellness talks, and then also get this good meditation in, okay? All right. And then look at me, because, hey, I'm here. No, I'm joking. That's not, if I would talk and then y'all I'm not about to do all that production of having, like, Netflix got a little ball bouncing across the screen. He talk about stuff and they make a little character. I ain't got all that. I ain't got all that. So y'all got to look at me. So I at least try to change my headscarf and my shirt and my jewelry. Keep it interesting. All right, anyway. I've told you I get sillier as the week goes on. So, my loves, I want you to make sure that you get your accountability partner for next week, because I'm going to keep encouraging you to tag your accountability partner. Make sure they get on here and listen to this good stuff next week. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to talk about, because I haven't even thought about it this week. What we talking about next week? I was doing so good with having the topic prepared ahead of time for y'all. So if y'all have a suggestion, something you want me to talk about, leave it in the comments, or you can send me a personal message. And, because like I said, if it's really on your spirit and you want to unpack it, break it down so it could forever be broke, let me know so that we can focus on the topics. Because otherwise, I'm just going to go where the wind blows me, and hopefully it's actually something that somebody who's on here needs. Because that's how things work. They all be in alignment. I get a signal, and then it's like we need to do that topic because somebody needs to hear it. So, but if you want to be more direct than that, then the trees blowing and I get, hear, oh my goodness, y'all. Remember Pocahontas when her grandma was a tree? If you don't want me to have to listen to Pocahontas' grandma in the tree to get your signal, you can send me a direct message, okay? All right, I might miss the Weeping Willow talking to me. Just, disclaimer for anybody. Be like, how come she ain't talking about that yet? I might miss it. Anyway, I'm going to stop being silly, y'all. Okay, have a good rest of your weekend, or week, because you got tomorrow to do Friday, and then the rest of your weekend. And then I'll see you back here on Tuesday, where we'll continue our talks on the topics of self-care and wellness. I love you. Have a great evening. You are enough. Self-love is the best love. And all right, my loves, I'll see you next week. Bye.